Hello, sexy people. Thanks for tuning in for a new tutorial. Today, we're going to learn how to design a serving tray. If you tuned into the last tutorial, then you already know how I get down on my channel. We make crafts and have discussions. So the topic of today is stop acknowledging your haters. Now, let's begin this tutorial. Now, on this tutorial, this is going to be kind of fast, mainly because I have a lot of crafts to do today. But anyway, let's get started with the topic of discussion. On the internet, I've seen a lot of people posting some great accomplishments in their life that definitely needs to be celebrated. Some are getting married for the first time. Some are graduating college, starting new businesses, having a baby, maybe purchasing a brand new house or a brand new car after being on the bus line for so long. Or maybe they just finished their last round of chemo. All of these accomplishments are phenomenal. However, there are those that are not happy for you and have made it their mission to bring you down with their words. That's life, and that's just how it is sometimes. You don't have no control over that piece, but you do have control over whether you want to pay them any attention or not. Now, I understand how tempting it is to want to check the haters, and you even feel better when you do it. Believe me, I've done it, and I'm no stranger to it. But one day I was like, you know what? Why am I taking time out of my amazing day to address someone who don't even have the guts to accomplish the things that I've accomplished? What risk have they taken to reach their goals? Do they even have goals? What have they sacrificed to build a better life for themselves? Not a damn thing. So why am I taking time out of my day to address them? Those are the type of questions that you need to ask yourself. And not to excuse their behavior, but a lot of them have come from some really, really toxic backgrounds. They've been told all of their life that they wasn't going to be shit. They were always overlooked and treated like an ugly duckling. And because they never got therapy to heal from that mess or surround themselves with people that taught them about self-love, they became asshole adults who get a kick out of kicking other people who make efforts. They were never celebrated, so therefore they don't celebrate others. Or they are the type of people that walk around with a lot of resentment because they've experienced failure and never took those failures and understood that failure is a part of the process to success. And so therefore they gave up on their dream and turned around and called your dream a pipe dream. Either way, none of that is your fault, but you need to stop giving them your attention. Back in the early 2000s, there was a saying about people needing to let their haters be their motivators. Let your haters be your motivators. You used to hear that all the time. I know I did. But listen here, I can't speak for you, but haters can't motivate my life. And you shouldn't let them try to motivate your life either. Pay them hoes dust. Pay them dust. Live your life and let them be irrelevant. Okay, so that's my quick little message for y'all right now. Let's get into this craft. As you see, I put on, this is my second coat of black paint on this tray here. And I think that I'm going to go through it kind of fast. I can't remember. Hell. I was trying to speed it up some so that y'all wouldn't have to see all of that. But it does take time. This type of tray is a 20 by 15, I think. It's real big. And you got to put it in the oven. After you paint it, put it in the oven to cure it. And what I mean by that is you want that paint to really set. Okay? Put it in there for 2 hours, maybe even 3. And then let it cool down. And then you take it out. And I'm going to show you what we're getting ready to do next on here. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to be posting another tutorial. And you definitely want to stick around to see that one. Because we're going to be talking about these hussies that mess around with people's husbands. Oh, we're going to talk about that. And I ain't never been married. And at the rate things are going, I don't think I want to be. Because there's so much garbage out here in this world. But we're going to talk about it. Believe me, we're going to talk about it. I have seen some stuff that is just absolutely ridiculous. And I'm sick of the mess. Let's see here. Now, pouring medium, you can use water if you want to, but the water, if you put water on paint, sometimes it depending on how much you put, sometimes it can make the paint kind of crack a little bit, and you don't want cracks in your paint, okay? That's why I did it like this. I use a medium. And medium is basically giving the paint, you're diluting the paint, but you're not using water. The medium is pretty much helping the paint. If you hear a whole lot of commotion outside, a lot of commotion in this video is because I'm outside while I'm doing this voiceover. And it seemed like the minute I come outside and want to do a voiceover, that's when everybody come with their damn honking horns and their damn barking dogs. It's such a beautiful day outside, so I figure I'll just come out here, You see how I'm mixing the paint? And I went ahead and sped through this. And see, it doesn't mess up the color of the paint. The paint is still very, very vibrant. See that? The medium is just making it liquid, more, dilute the paint. That's all it's doing. That's all that medium is doing. And I always use Folk Art. That's a very good brand of acrylic paint because, as you can see, it's thick and it makes those colors really pop. You don't want, some garbage, cheap ass paint that look like mess. The colors don't look right. Everything's transparent. You want colors to be the color. You want it to be bright. You want your black to be black, your white to be white, your purple to be purple, And some brands of acrylic paint don't do justice. And this is basically called acrylic pouring. But and there's I can't even get my words out. There are several ways you could do an acrylic pour. This is just one of them. I do acrylic pouring, different ways. But on this tray, I just felt the need to do it this particular way. I'll show you guys another technique that I use later on my channel, okay? But on this one, we just making some strokes with the paint. And with this particular acrylic pour, I just poured the paint separately this time. And it doesn't have to look even. It doesn't. It's just, it's art. Hell, it don't have to be even. Just make it look cute. There you go. See that? But yeah, y'all want to stick around tomorrow. I got a nice tutorial. I got some stuff we got to talk about, ladies. We got to talk about it. Because a lot of these heifers out here are doing the most. And in the end, it's going to cost them. Look at there. Look how pretty that is. I wish I had it just on this. I wanted, just a little bit more pink, a little bit more yellow, but it still turned out very nice. To see it in person is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And you see what I did there? I took the stroke of that stick, the end of the stick, and just made these little lines on the end just to give it some extra flair. Okay? And you're going to let this sit either for several hours or for a couple of days or the next day, as this slide says, depending on how much paint is on your tray. And the epoxy that you're using, the reason why you're putting it on there is to protect the paint because it's a serving dish. So you're going to use it for food, okay? So you want epoxy over that tray. Resin. They call it resin. They call it epoxy. Either way, that's what you want. Okay, you want a clear resin, clear epoxy, and you want to just put it all over, mix it up good, and put it all over the tray. And of course, like I asked, I still don't have my gloves on. And normally I'm always wearing my gloves. Always. See, that's how you know I be rushing. I don't have my gloves on. And the funny thing is, I have my mask on because epoxy has chemicals in it that you do not want to inhale. You know, you don't want to breathe that. And as you see, I'm going to go ahead and put that epoxy all over the tray. Okay. Like so. Looks good. And I'm not going to, spend the whole time on the video putting the entire, coating the whole tray in the epoxy, because you get the hint. You put all the epoxy on there, cover the whole tray, wait at least 2 days for it to dry. That's right. You'll be able to serve your favorite donuts on it after it dry, of course. Your non-cooking skills, boo. You know you can't cook. They sure do. And he do too. And that's a damn shame. At the family reunion. And that's blasphemous. The church? You not messed up Thanksgiving dinner. Okay, at least you will have a nice serving dish. A nice. And I forgot to put half on there. That's so ghetto. That's right. Stay tuned for tomorrow. I got some stuff to cover, y'all. We're going to work on some shot glasses.